Good morning, followers. Big Belly Betty here this morning. Joke. I'm out the paddock, day after yesterday from the trip to town, on the tools today. So, going to be doing the fencing. I've got the ute out. I've got, John and I had a discussion, go hard, go home. So we have decided that we're going to keep going with the fences. We were going to pull up and divide the farm into 2 lots, but we just want to get it done. So I'm going to keep soldiering on today and hook in and start crawling along on my hands and knees and doing low wires and try to get that big lot of tin out, cut wires and get that netting down off the fence behind me that you can see. Yeah, it's messy, it looks ugly, and we want to try and do a nice big foul swoop through there with the cedar. So I'm going to do that. I've got my coffee, I've got lots of water with me. It's mid-morning. It's going to be warm, I think, once I start working in the sun. So I've just got to make sure I keep on top of the water. Coffee is interesting because it is actually a trigger for me. Like I talked yesterday about chocolate. Chocolate's a major danger for me, a no-go. Poison to me in every way, so dangerous. But coffee is as well. Coffee is a major trigger for me. It is something that I'm not prepared to give up though, because they want you out there retraining your brain and stretching your vestibular disorder to the point where your brain accepts things to start to come back to normal within this vestibular disorder system. And I'm like, well, everybody else out there in the world's drinking coffee, and I used to drink coffee, and so I'm not going to give my coffee up. So I have drunk coffee and literally not been able to walk after I've finished it. Like, it literally, especially being that I'm a vestibular migraine sufferer, it actually is a central nerve. It goes to carrier through your central nervous system. So I'm not sure if I'm going to, explain it properly, but you can go and Google it. Basically, if you have a vestibular disorder, drinking coffee, it won't structurally hurt your vestibular system, but it goes straight into your central nervous system. So as I said, with vestibular migraine, it's a central nervous system issue. So it's like you've already got that, so then you put coffee on top, and then you've got a whole lot of, like, your balance goes off. It could trigger a vertigo attack, or you're really dizzy, or you can't walk properly, or all of those things. So I'm like, well, so be it. Like, I don't drink excessive amounts of coffee. I might have 1 coffee a day, or maybe 2 at the most. So that's, everybody, either you do it or you don't do it. There's a lot of people that actually will not have coffee if they've got a vestibular disorder, but I really enjoy my coffee in the morning. So it's interesting, but it certainly does, will put you off balance very, very quickly, to the point where you might be at a coffee shop with a friend having a coffee. You hop up after you've had that lovely chat and that lovely coffee, and you go, oh my God, shit, I can't walk, and I can't, like, everything just goes literally haywire. So I'm just bringing these little bits of tips and information to everybody who's looking and watching my channel, because since this has all been up recently, I've been absolutely amazed by the amount of people that have looked at my channel, that's following my channel, or, I'd love you to subscribe. I've got a few subscribers, but, subscribe and follow. I'm just an everyday person. I'm living in the Mallee. I'm on the farm. I'm trying to give life a red hot go. I'm living with this disorder, and you know, I'm not going to let it beat me. But the whole point of this is to bring awareness out there that Pppd, persistent postural perceived dizziness, is a real thing, and it's basically an invisible disability. Not even doctors believe that we have it. People can't see it. We all look normal to people, and there's no allowances for us out here. You know, there's no disability for us in the world in terms of, you know, migraines, you know, are so everyday debilitating, and you know, they're not even classed as something that, you know, they're going to say, oh well, we can see that you've not got the capacity to work an 8-hour day. You know, we can see you can't think properly, we can see you can't, you know, function properly. It's a real issue, and there is I had to explain it yesterday to somebody in town. There is a very big difference between vestibular migraine and, you know, like everyone goes, oh, I've had a migraine before. Well, yeah, probably a lot of people out there have had a migraine before, and the migraine that you might automatically think about is the one where you go, oh my God, I've got this pounding headache, I need to go lie down in a dark room and close the curtains and take something for it and go to sleep for 2 hours, sleep it off, and then hop up and, oh, thank God that's gone, I feel a little bit better now. And you might have felt a bit nauseous, you could have vomited, you know, you might have felt really miserable. You know, that's generally the migraines that people jump to when they think about it, when people say, oh yeah, you know, oh, I've had a migraine before. This condition is way different to that, you know. I promise I won't video anymore when I'm driving my car, but you know, I'll learn as I go, doing all of this stuff. But in saying that, you know, vestibular migraine, you can't lie in bed all day every day. You've got to learn to live your life with this. Like, just because vestibular migraine, we are living with this and this Pppd 24/7 every day. You know, we don't get any rest from it. So you can't lie in bed for the rest of your life. Like, so you've got to learn to get back out there and get on with life and put one foot in front of the other and move forward. Even if you're, you know, dizzy down the street or dizzy in the supermarket or dizzy, you know, or you can't literally, like, it takes you like an extra minute to decide whether it's okay or safe for you to cross the road. You know, a lot of our symptoms are way worse for us when we're actually walking. So it's the stimuli that's coming towards us, as I said. So it's a real thing. Like, we're living with it all the time, and it can be with pain or without pain. So when I'm talking about I'm having a real bad day or I'm in a flare, I've got pain, I've got like the headache with it. Whereas today I'm probably still living with, you know, the effects of like the off balance feeling on my feet, and I'm, you know, probably going to be triggered by a few things today, but I've got no pain in my head, which is a great thing. So, and then, you know, talking about, you know, the weight side of things, you know, people out there gain weight with Pppd and vestibular migraines and vestibular disorders. Like, it's a really difficult double-sided sword. Like, so like for me, I carry a lot of weight on my midsection, like, you know, like the big tires around the belly and all of that. That's cortisol belly. That's actually, you know, all of that dangerous weight that gets stacked on around your belly, which I really am learning to understand, is cortisol belly. It's that cortisol belly is that your body is fighting. It's under fight, flight, freeze, attack, whatever you call it. But it gets a dangerous, like, your system's under so much stress and so much of a attack, with your central nervous system being out of sorts for so long. that it's, you know, you're looking for those comfort foods, you're looking for things, you know, then comes with this disorder that you're totally fatigued. So yeah, when I first got this, you know, went downhill and crashed in 2023, I didn't move off a couch or out of bed or whatever for the best part of nearly 2 years. Like, I could literally not walk down 3 steps without hanging onto a pole to get down the steps. Like, I couldn't judge it. Like, I smashed into the back door because I tripped up the steps. You know, everything was so difficult. To do. I couldn't, when I was in the shower, and you know, like you're washing your hair or your face, you've got your eyes closed. So if you've got a vestibular disorder and you've got your eyes closed and you're in the shower and you need to turn 180 degrees so that you've actually now turned to the bit where the shower's going to actually rinse your face and your hair, oh my God, you might as well have just fucking flown to space, because you're like literally feeling for the walls so that you actually know where you are in time and space. It is frightening. I used to have an electric toothbrush at that time as well. Like, I might as well have, I had to hold onto a handrail to brush my teeth with the electric toothbrush because I felt like I was putting a jackhammer in my mouth. Like, that's how incredibly sensitive and difficult things were, you know, with that whole everything around the feelings of what, you know, life was like and whatever. I had to put that toothbrush away for a long time. Now I'm back using it again. But, you know, everything's time. And my vestibular disorder, my migraines and all of that have been absolutely so severe and so chronic, but I'm well and truly past that 2-year mark, and I'm still really struggling with balance. So you know, as I said, off for more testing for different things, but you know, love to bring a little bit of information every now and again when I talk to you. So you know, hang in there if you've got Pppd. If you don't have it, as I said, loving to bring this awareness into, you know, Australia and bringing it more and more into the forefront of what people out there are dealing with, because there's groups and groups of people around the world and in Australia that have got this, and there's not much help for us. So, you know, like my page, subscribe to my page and share it. So, you know, loved you all. Thank you. See ya.